Hi, I'm Kirk, and welcome to the McGee House. You know, one of the things here in Steuben County, New York, which I think is true of just about every place probably in the 19th century and early 20th century, is there was a lot of production and manufacturing that was by what was essentially craft, work done by hand by an individual, one item at a time. Now, it wasn't entirely that because people were already working towards means of mass production, but there was a lot of that. And one example of that is the Cooper rocker, which we have here. And these were made in Cooper's Plains, where the town of Irwin and the town of Campbell come together. And Judge Cooper started that, and it was Arthur Cooper, one of the family, who started the production of these chairs and especially of rockers. And the work was done largely by hand, but not entirely. For instance, the lathes were operated by horsepower, by horses trudging along, I guess, on a treadmill in order to keep things moving. And yet a lot of this definitely had to be direct handwork, so no two rockers were the same. Also, they manufactured them for 50 years or more, starting back before the Civil War and certainly going into the 20th century. And so styles changed and ideas changed, and certainly the craftsmen changed as well over the years. They promoted a number of different types. One of them was a nursing rocker, which I understood, or also often presented as a sewing rocker. Now that gave me the picture of me sitting and rocking back and forth and operating the treadle on the sewing machine at the same time. I could do that, but I wouldn't do that. So obviously this was for freehand types of sewing. There was also a double wide rocker, which was said in the catalog to be for those who were interested in matrimony. So they tried all sorts, including very small chairs for children as well. You can see the elaborate turning here, and also look at the slats in the back here, how decorative each of them is. And there's actually a lot of decoration here, a lot of curly cues, furbelows. We might think it excessive, but during the Victorian age, this was very much the thing. Add on, pile on as much as possible. And while they've done that, at the same time, it's a strong, relatively simple American design as well. And we were saying just a few minutes ago, as we were getting ready for this, any of us should look as good when we're as old as this rocker is, which has got to be well over 100 years. We're not exactly sure of it. The seat has been replaced, but the rest of it, as far as we can tell, is original, just as it came away from the manufacturer and the craftsman and went away by wagon, usually in lots of 6, to be taken out on the road and sold, or else to be shipped out on the railroad. Despite, or in addition to, all of the interesting pieces of design and manufacture here, there's something I'd like to point out, if we can get in close, and that's right here. I'm not sure how well we can see it, but the fact is that this rung here, with all these little ridges, is worn off right through here. It's sort of worn square. How did that happen? Well, as far as I can tell, what that would have been is somebody sitting in this rocker and putting the heels of their feet up here as they rocked back and forth, and doing that probably for quite a few years in order to wear this away. So that's very interesting. We have no idea who that person was, but I think we know a little bit something about him. Somehow we've become a little bit more personally connected with him, or her possibly, this person who sat in this chair 100 years ago, maybe 150 years ago, and rocked and rocked and rocked, maybe nursing the baby, maybe sewing, maybe reading the newspaper, who knows, and over time wore a little bit of that fine work away and left their own mark on history, even if not their name. Thanks for coming to see us.